In the fall of 2018, we hosted guest speaker Jeff Branyan. These next 20 slides include what I learned from him and why I'm confident in my major of forensics now more than ever. Jeff Branyan conducted a presentation over C.S.I. work and told stories about his experience while working with the Georgia Bureau of Investigation. He has been doing this for over 28 years. Now he works with Lumpkin County Marshal's Office as an investigator. C.S.I. stands for Crime Scene Investigator. As Jeff explained, his job is to figure out why the dead people got dead. Having this job takes guts, considering you will be looking at some for quite some time. They examine dead bodies and the correlation to any questionable objects found near the scene. You don't have to go to school to be a crime scene investigator. There are two paths you can take. First is to become a cop, and then build your way up with limited experience opportunities. This is the longest path. Second, you can go to college for a minimum of an associate's degree and major in criminal justice. The schooling includes hands-on training, which can be applied in the field and help with better job placement. When a call comes in of a found body, cops will arrive to start the investigation process. A case agent will report and record every detail found. The first step is to find location of the body, then set up a perimeter by securing the scene. Jeff pointed out that the C.S.I. is normally the last person to arrive. By then, there have been multiple other officials before us. Case agent, also known as agent handling, their job is to collect as much evidence as possible to be used in the case. They give their information and knowledge to C.S.I. when they arrive. Typically, this is just the highlights, so the investigator can get to work immediately. Case agents are responsible for keeping facts organized and correct. Crime scene tape is set up by the first cop on duty, who established a hefty, logical parameter. Jeff claims that this job belongs to the new rookie, most of the time. Crime scene tape should outline any area that may have any evidence, body, or information in it. Tape can also be purposed as a flagger for the other officers for when they arrive. The parameter needs to be big enough to include the entire crime scene and any possible evidence, not just the body or weapon. Tape should be wrapped around landmarkers, such as posts, trees, cars, and signs. Sounds simple enough, but what if there are no markers around? Being a problem solver comes in handy during these moments. Special circumstances. Jeff suggests take into consideration weather conditions, lighting, and if there are multiple scenes or victims. An important bit of information before calling C.S.I. is whether the scene contains a body of flesh or just bones. This will determine the urgency of the case and how fast an assigned agent will arrive. Issues while searching. Similar to the special circumstances, there are problematic issues that pop up. These issues include size of the crime scene. Is the scene in a wide open field or just a private yard? Is the scene safe to search? Could the owner be clueless and have a gun to defend their land? And finally, do you have consent to search? If not, should you get a search warrant? A search warrant is a written or typed document addressed to the judge in that jurisdiction. This is an example why English and writing skills are so important in this field. If the judge feels that the area requested to be searched is worth it, they will allow the searching to begin. If not, cops can't legally search until the landowner gives permission. When is there a need for C.S.I.? C.S.I. is called when a body, flesh or bones, is found. If flesh, an investigator will come immediately, day or night. If bones, an investigator will most likely show up not so urgent because there isn't any evidence that'll disappear by weathering overnight. Bones. Only bones found? An anthropologist is presented with the bones and they will determine whether the remains are that of human, deer, or other animal. Their job is to examine bones and evaluate size, date, and origin which the creature existed. Teeth. If teeth are found, consult with an odontologist about the matter to ensure that the teeth are those of a human. They can use teeth to help identify a person with dental records. Teeth can also be used to determine age range and even ethnicity of a creature. Coroner/medical doctor. A body of flesh has been found. Call the coroner on duty. They are the only ones who can pronounce a person as deceased. Jeff told us that the coroners typically work to a local funeral home to promote business by saying, "We will take care of everything for you," to the victim's family. Kinda twisted, but it definitely comes in handy. There are multiple forms of evidence. First is photography. Photography is very important as it can be shown in court and bring the jury to the crime scene. Case agents use this as validation if there are any skeptical concerns. Photos are proof and give great detail. They can even recreate the scene to help with any questions. Fingerprints. Whorl and loops are two main examples of the numerous types of fingerprints. We were told that an identifier will compare the prints of a suspect to those found at the crime scene. Positive matches are those with similar ends and breaks in the lines. A really cool fact is that fingerprints leave behind amino acid. Amino acid. Your fingers have very small pores in them that secrete amino acid. When investigators dust for prints, the dust attaches to the acid, which is how they collect fingerprints to be used in investigations. To get ahead, start within the search. Thankfully, amino acid can be collected as well and broken down to determine sex. UV lights. UV lights reveal amino acid and bodily fluids as well. This violet fluorescent light reveals colors and substances unseen by the naked eye, making them appear neon colors. Jeff showed us photos from a case where they got a suspect's van and searched it for blood. To the normal eye, you can only see a few bleach stains here and there. But under the UV light, the chemicals in blood appeared neon blue and they were all over deep in the carpet. Last, no judgments. Judgments are normally always wrong. Jeff showed us an example of this. A deceased white female. The photos appeared that she had been murdered when she had actually taken her own life. I feel like this is a life lesson within its own, not to make assumptions. I'm thankful for Jeff and the eye-opening information he shared with us.